peace and blessings, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I am the Garden Goddess, and this is our energy forecast for the month of May. And so on this channel, we grow the soul and we heal the body through rooting ourselves in the earth, rising with the stars, and blooming in our own divine timing. And so energy forecasts, what I love about energy forecasts are the ability to get a sacred glimpse into the rhythms and the revelations of this moment in time. And as a collective, sometimes we need that bit of guidance and we need that bit of clarity as we try to navigate this earth. And so for my interpretations of energy forecasts from now into moving forward into the near future, it won't just involve astrology. It won't just involve my intuitive downloads, but it will be a glimpse and an attunement into the sacred patterns that we are all collectively following in this moment in time. And the messages will be set to attune to that frequency and attune to the frequency of giving clarity to the spirit, nourishing the body, and attuning you to a higher outcome if that's what you want. And so whether you're someone that is new to energy forecast, if you're someone that is on their spiritual journey and just looking for clarity, this medicine is for you. And so please join me as we enter into this portal and container that I've created for us. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and join me on the other side. And I look forward to seeing you there. So please subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the portal. All right, so the flow of my energy forecast from now until the near future will include my own divine downloads that I've gotten leading up to the months, tuning into the collective energy, what I've been getting. And then afterwards, we will do a collective reading on my spirit board that has been years and years in the making. We'll do a reading on that to see what messages we or the spirits currently have for the collective. And so I'm going to attune to my notes and we will get started. And so let me just pull up my notes and we will jump right in. Okay, perfect. And so normally for my collective readings, I probably would do slides, but I love being able to just attune in the moment as well as just seeing a person's face and seeing how the energy maneuvers collective energy. I don't know about y'all, but I love seeing people talk about energy and what's going on with the collective without always having to see like a slideshow. And so the collective energy that I have been getting lately is in the month of May. Normally, this is a time for planting seeds of intention, planting seeds for the future. And if you're someone that believes in the new year beginning in April during springtime, then you will probably more so align with Taurus season being a season of action, taking action on things you want to do, going forward towards your goals and going forth towards your desires. And so in May, normally that season will align with planting seeds for the future, taking action towards those collective goals that you have, towards those desires that you have. But somehow in this month, it's the exact opposite that is happening collectively. The energy that I pick up on is that there is a sorrow that is in the air, a level of grief that is in the air. And so the first theme that I wanted to go over for this month is that the theme is sorrowful cat. And the images that I get is this sort of wet cat syndrome of overstretching, overgiving, a collective tiredness that is occurring for us. And really, what is showing up now more than ever is there's a grief around our own individual relationships. And so, this is around love, this is around forgiveness, this is around our relationships that we have, not just within ourselves, but with each other. And so the key focus for this month is restoration, rehab, and rehabilitation, healing those areas in our relationships that need our time, that need our nourishment, that need our effort, and garnering and developing a balance between our work and our relationships. And so previously in previous seasons, your relationships, whether they're personal, whether they're romantic, whether they're platonic or familiar, these relationships have gone through the fire. They have been tested, they have been pushed to their limits. And there's a point in time where it may have even felt like a breaking point. And so now that you've reached this season in time, some of those relationships may not have made it. Some of those relationships may have been bruised and battered. And some of those relationships you may be questioning in this current moment in time. And so with that comes a level of grief because there was expectations that weren't met. There were desires that didn't seem to come about. And there was maybe deep wants and deep needs that may not have been met. And so you may feel like either you've been let down because of that, you've been disappointed because of that. And there may be this undercurrent of heartbreak because not getting those expectations met, not having those desires met, and not even meeting the goal you may have wanted to meet by now may touch on childhood wounds that you've had in the past. And so you may be in a relationship and you thought that by now you would be engaged. And so that touches on a wound of not feeling wanted or not feeling worthy. Or maybe you're married and you wanted kids at this point, and now, you don't have that. And it makes you question, can I become a mother? Am I ready to become a mother? Am I worthy of becoming a mother? You may be someone that is single and seeing everyone get married in this season. And now you're questioning, well, why haven't I met the goal of being engaged, being married, being on track? There's this deep disappointment that you're not on track or you're not where you desired to be at this point in time. And so there's this point of contention meets tension. It's a threshold point of where you're supposed to be at right now is not where you want to be. And what you want for yourself is also requiring you to let go of old wounds, old habits, and old ways of being. The contention meets tension is a level of growth, and it's also a level of threshold that you're at. Because energetically, all of us are being pushed to our edge, but we're also being pushed to our growth. And so, in order to get to that other side, you're going to have to really set within yourself and get clear. What is it that you truly want for yourself? And are you willing to let go of the expectation of what that looks like? And so maybe you want to go to the next level with your business, and it may require that you release certain friendships, you release certain romantic relationships. Are you willing to let that go to get to the other side? And can you sit with that grief that comes with letting go of the thing that pushed you to be the person that you are, that give you the drive that you have to develop the person that you are today? Can you release that because you've gotten everything that you need from it? Or are you someone that is more sentimental and you want to just hold on to it because it's a reminder of how far you've come? Sometimes we hold on to the remembrance of things and it ends up being um, dead weight for our next aspect of the journey. And so as we're touching on that place of contention, we're also acknowledging our pain pockets where we're still holding wounding, where we're still holding resentments, where we're still holding seasons of suffering in ourselves. And can we allow those feelings to come up, come out, and pass through fully in order to get to the other side? And that's a decision that only you can make for yourself. But there was a message that had came up for me that I remember hearing from a movie, which if anyone knows me, I'm not into movies. But this message was so good because it really touched on fear. And it's something that I wanted to share with you all. I don't know if you all have watched the movie Dune. I I've heard great things about Dune. I don't think I've sat to watch a Dune movie, but there was a message in there about fear that I wanted to share with you all as an affirmation and as a medicine that you can utilize in this season to not only affirm yourself, but really work through those pain pockets, those contention feelings, and those moments where you're at your threshold when it comes to your growth spurt. And the affirmation as you shift goes as such: I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where fear has gone, there will be nothing, and only I will remain. And I think that that affirmation and that message is so important because oftentimes what prevents us from getting to that next level is that fear of letting go, that fear of forgetting, that fear of what if I leave someone behind, what will happen, that fear of loneliness, that fear of loss, the fear of success, and even feelings of unworthiness, right? And so the only way out in those cases is through. And so I hope that message was equally as helpful for you as it was for me. And those are my downloads for the month of May. And now we will turn towards our divination, our message for the month from my spirit board. Okay. All right, y'all. Now we will be attuning into the collective through a collective read on my greenhouse board. I wish I could show y'all my bones and all that. Eventually, I'm going to get a camera to actually show y'all how the reading looks. And so in the meantime, here's a pretty look at the board. And then I will tell you what messages I've gotten. So what messages do we have for the month of May? What messages do we have for the month of May? Okay, so for this month in this season that we're all individually in, but collectively sharing, there's a shared experience of slow growth. And so this is a moment in time to be aware of where you're putting your energy towards. Where are you putting your presence? Where are you putting your energy? And be mindful of what spaces that you're sharing with other people. What food are you sharing with other people? What are you constantly consuming, not just through the food that you intake, but through the things that you're listening to, through the things that your eyes are watching. Right now, we're in a very collective, sensitive time where what you consume can really, really embed itself through not only your physical body, but your energetic body. And it can have effects on you that you are cognitively aware of, but you may not always be aware of. And so be mindful of the reality shows that you're intaking. Be mindful of the food that you're ingesting, because all that has effects on the intentions that you may be having for your future. And so if you're someone that believes in the new year starting in April instead of January, this is a time for seed planting. This is a time for tending your soil, tending to the land, and that land can be your relationships. The land can be your body. The land can be your business. The land can be your health. It's right now, it's about tending to your soil and nourishing your soil and being sure that you are in preparation for that next step, for those future goals that you have in mind. And so right now, it's not a time to be on the go, to be constantly doing things and to be sort of doing things just to do them. Right now is a time to take stock, observe what's going on around you, cleaning up the areas that you see need cleaning, cleaning up your room, cleaning up your house, cleaning out your car, really taking stock into the things that are valuable, taking note into the things that you want to keep, and also having the courage to rid yourself of things that are unnecessary, that aren't necessary. So this could be your habits. This could be old clothes. This could be people that are in your contacts that you never really talk to, but you just kind of have just to take up space. Now is not to take up space. Now is the time to make space and ensure that you are making room for those opportunities that you're seeking for your life and for your success. Right now, what is the most important is to root yourself in change, in being open to different opportunities, in being open to new relationships. When the seasons are changing, those are opportunities to revamp and refresh yourself. And so if you're someone that has been constantly on the go or constantly consuming media or constantly consuming gossip or constantly consuming reality TV shows or consuming things that aren't nourishing to your vessel, I wouldn't say fast, but just consume in moderation, because what you put in comes out. And so you may not be mindful of the nastiness that you may be spewing on yourself and other people. You may not be aware of how much you're gossiping. You may not be aware of how negatively you're thinking or how you're visualizing negative outcomes, but that's because of what you're consuming right now. And so now more than ever, what needs to be cleared out is your solar plexus and the gut. And so the perfect medicine for this time, if you're interested in that, is to take salt and mint baths. That is a great way to clear out your vessel. It's a great way to consume a plant ally that won't be too harsh on your body. But the energy that's coming in is a very cooling, soothing energy that's going to ensure that your body is prepared to be resilient for the path, to be prepared to be fortified for what the journey is going to entail. Now more than ever, the spirits are asking for the body to be fortified, fortified in prayer, fortified in nourishment, fortified in clarity, fortified in authenticity, fortified in transparency, fortified in accountability. Fortify yourself in the ways in which you want to live and do it in a consistent manner that will bring about the change that you seek for your life. If you are wanting and craving that nourishing, that motherly energy, that community energy, that friendship energy, that healthy love, if you're craving all these things, you have to have the vessel to be able to hold that energy to obtain that. And if your nervous system isn't prepared, if your body isn't fortified enough to contain that energy and to be able to hold space for that to come through, it will be very, very difficult to achieve that. And if you do get close to that, your nervous system won't be able to handle what that energy requires. And so that is the energy forecast for the month of May. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'm back. So I will see you all in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.